like the sound of my own voice. Now, for me, clearly that's not true because I talk all the time. But if that's for you and you're a singer,
voices because when we hear ourselves,
here's the thing. Okay, when I will say, me as a singer, when I wrote songs and stuff, which I still did, when I started writing songs and started singing, I've been playing guitar for like 4 or 5 years, maybe 3 years at that point. But I hadn't really been singing. I did like 1 choir class in 8th grade, and so then it's like 4 years later. I'm going into my senior year in high school. I hadn't been singing, and so then I'm like, I need to now start a band and blow up and have my band blow up within the next year, so I can be touring stadiums and beating Foo Fighters on the rock radio charts, so I don't have to go to college. I ended up going to college. I'm actually doing a master's. I'm still in college. I'm only 22. Doing a master's, 190 IQ Jew. Anyways, that's beyond the point. That's not the point. That was kind of rude for me to flex on you. Sorry about that. If we were actually like hanging out in person right now, that'd be a rude thing to genuinely do in the middle of a conversation. So you know what? Anyways, but no. This point is when you start singing, you don't like how you sound. And it's because he's going to explain. I'll just let him explain, and I'll jump off from there. But that's the topic we're talking about today. And I do have some real insights. That was 5 years ago. All this is to say when I started singing more regularly. It's about to be 6 years in a couple weeks.
It's not how we sound to ourselves. The way you sound to yourself, you have a deep, rich, Barry White voice, right? And the reason you have a different sounding voice to yourself is when you're speaking, the vibrations go through your bones and your muscles, and then it hits your ears. So when you hear yourself via an audio replay, that's going through the airwaves. So your voice
there we go. That's very loud music. Okay, I gotta pause it, because the audio from that. But, no, the whole idea of, like right now, I sound like this in my head. I sound like this. This is how my voice sounds. But in reality, it sounds like I'm done like this. And then when I'm talking, how's it going? So let me show you. Let me grab a guitar. Let me just show you a good example, because it's going to be very easy for me to actually, think about this guitar. It's out of tune. It's in C standard. And I need new strings on it, but it looks cool. Now, I wrote a song that's in E standard, so. Right, how does it go? Right. Oh. There we go. What is it? Where is it? Let me say what's up, you don't see what this is. Cause I don't want to hear any of your bloody excuses. I always say you can, but your claims are proofless. I just give it to me straight, cause I'm saying that BS. When you don't tell to me, don't. Oh my God. I'm used to playing normal tuning guitar. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. All the hard rock can do at your face with his ass. Are you back to wall with your lack of uses? Although we know man's fate ever chooses. It's truly up to him if he wins or loses. Don't tell me. Don't tell to me, don't tell to me, don't tell to me. I don't want to beseech you of your throne, no said. I just think that you should be going on. Let you know, I love that, I love you. It's in the face of the distance. But the whole point is, when I go, let me say myself and you're someone and this says, to you that sounds high pitched right now. To me it sounds like I'm doing a baritone voice. It actually sounds like that's lower. It sounds like, let me say myself and you're someone of your cells. It sounds deep and rich to me. But really, it's, let me say myself and you're ensuing abuses. That's like the first line of that song. But, let me say myself and you're, let me say myself and you're ensuing abuses. trying to do a little bit of a Jack White thing. And that's what I was thinking in my head when I actually did it on the recording. It's different. I was thinking of White Stripes saying like, I know it's kind of a little piercing for your audio, so I'm trying to not go as loud. I'm thinking the black hole. Writing down things that I don't understand. The whole point is, you do think, and so how do you deal with this? This is the whole point of the videos. How do you deal with the fact that when you're like singing and you're starting to sing, that you're like, oh my god, this sounds bad. You honestly play it back. And the other thing that I found that's been useful is I think some people with singing, like they go and they're trying to sing, they're trying to do things. I found two things to be really useful with singing as a non-singer, right? Like as someone who didn't work on singing and still hasn't actually sat down. And the reason I can do it, I am well before I am around. I'm doing bad right now. I've been talking a lot today, a little stuffed up, things like that. But in general, I can do way more vocally than I could 3, 4, 5 years ago, even though I haven't really worked on it at all. I haven't sang that song in like 4 months. I haven't even played that song in 4 months. You know what I mean? So the reason to say is, why can I kind of like just pick it up and do it? Is because instead of thinking like, oh, I need to sing, I need to sing, I need to go do la mi fa sol la do re mi do ti do la sol fa do re mi fa sol la ti do ti la sol fa re mi do re mi fa sol la ti do ti la re mi sol fa. I don't even know. What I think is two things. First thing is, I'm yawning, I'm articulating I yawn and then I articulate. So something for me that tends to be a good vocal warm-up I found, by trying to not lose my voice every time in the show when I was starting out with my band, was I would do songs off the first Cage the Elephant album. And one ear and right at the other, people talking shit, but you know it never bothers it goes. And one ear and right at the other, people talking shit, they can get some back man. And so the way I would do that, and that's probably a little flat, I think, or maybe it's a little sharp on some of those last notes. When I go high, I sometimes tend to mess that up. But I know I'm not a saint, I've been a sinner all my life, but I'm sure to have my flaws, I'd rather keep me in the light. You know, to criticize, screw us, catch another stone, bound me at the stake, you know, dumb, now you know the devil is my pal. I do a lot of drugs, the crowd only like me if they're really fucking drunk. They're thinking on the thoughts, but they don't know the least. If they listen to the words, they follow the message up beneath, and it goes one hand, and right at the other, people talking shit, but you know, it never bothers, it goes one hand, and right at the other. People talking shit, they can get some back, man. The reason there's good vocal warm up for me is because it puts me. The hard thing for vocals is not here. Strangers. I'm trying to think of a Sinatra song. Fly me to the moon. Let me sing amongst the stars. The reason that's not that particularly hard, at least for me and my vocal range, is because you go down here and but around Mars. The being down low is not that bad. And fill my heart with joy. But then let me sing for and going up, but going loud and up. Oh, other night. Or going. Today's time to soy gets high on news and with the spicy invasion gets by on you. We're doing high pitch. When I get high on speed. No, on the gasoline. Kickstart my heart. Okay, that's bad. That's bad. You bad telling that one. But the whole point is like freaking moving, grooving, clicking, and ticking. That's what we want to get. Freaking stacked, jack, succulent, soon to be striated. Now. No, so the whole point is like, doing low stuff and doing high stuff, not that hard. But doing stuff that's mixed voice, so they say, which is using your speaking voice and your falsetto up here, talking like this. But things where you're in between those, the way you do that is your vocal cords do one sort of thing to make the normal speaking range noises, and your vocal cords do another thing to make these noises. But to do something in the middle, you kind of have to do a little bit of both. You got to do them at the same time, but you mix them right and go up and up and down the line it goes. And so it's someone like Fancy Mercury. Wow, I'm doing bad right there. But someone like Freddie Mercury, what he was doing was he was like able to go from here up to there and like bridge that gap very fluidly. And so was Michael Jackson. He's not Michael Jackson. I don't know why I pointed at him. He can look like Michael Jackson, like that guy. Ooh, oh my God. Hey, Mr. Jackson. Now, I don't like when people make gay jokes. Yeah, nothing. Okay, no more jokes. No more jokes about that. But oh my God, what am I talking about? Oh no, it's that mixed voice. And so for me, I found technique number one is, and from a total non-expert, but if you're not an expert, and if you are an expert, you'll probably understand why. But yawning and then focusing on articulating every single syllable of what I'm trying to be saying, and I'm not thinking about the voice and the air and the pressure, and I'm not thinking about, just thinking about, I'm 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 just thinking about, saying I'm just thinking about. I'm working on just articulating. I'm working on yawning and articulating. And oh my God, I feel like so much oxygen. I feel like so light and like open now. It's just literally from doing that. I'm thinking about, 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 I'm thinking about. I feel so much better, more open. I feel like I actually warmed up my vocals. And so I would do stuff like that. And then I realized the Caged Elephant song is kind of in that range. And then there's a band, Nothing But Thieves, that kind of has some songs like Trip Switch. So that's thing one. Thing two is I do what Mike Patton does from Faith No More, which is, you want it all, but you can't have it. What is it? You think this is it? He basically did voices. That's the way he would think about it. Oh, there's another one. Oh my God, what's another one? The friggin' song, I'm thinking about it. The album's called Angel Dust. Then you see. Don't go, go. Was it, oh my God, maybe I'll look up on TV. Where does it freaking go? Basically, the trick to this is just, like, listen to yourself, do it, but also, here's the real thing. When you're talking in your speaking voice, there's a big disconnect. When you are doing a voice, an acting, or an impression, or you're doing, like, oh, I'm trying to do a character, like, oh, shit, I'm just an old lady. I'm just an old lady. I've been smoking cigarettes for 87 years. I don't know how to talk. I've been smoking cigarettes the whole time. My voice right there that I'm hearing in my head and the voice that you're hearing when I'm doing a character probably going to be closer because I don't sound like that a lot. And so my body's like, what the hell is that? It doesn't think it's me. And so it seems like your normal voices that you normally tend to talk with, your body tends to get used to that and tends to, go, oh, that sounds like him, by golly, oh gosh. So I'm going to make it deeper. So he sounds really weird when he hears himself speaking normal voice. And he's talking about speaking, but there's a similar thing when you sing in a voice that's similar to where you're talking. And so for me, I've been watching these videos back, I've been realizing that I'm not articulating, enunciating every single syllable in such a manner that it would be easy for you to understand what I'm saying and to convey the messages appropriately to you. And that's just disrespectful to you. But also, how am I going to expect you to want to listen to what I'm saying if I sound like a friggin' dipstick? No, not want to listen, but I mean, like, you don't want to just, like, slur all of your words and be completely unintelligible, obviously, right? There's an obvious advantage to whenever you're talking, trying to communicate things, that you are understood, that you can effectively communicate to other people. But the main point here is with doing voices, oh my God, I'm trying to think of this Faith No More song. But even like if you think about like Primus, there's lots of bands where they're doing voices or System of a Down. No smack my bitch right here in Hollywood. No lights, no music, just nothing. I killed everyone. Wait forever. But I'm feeling better. But I feel what I say. If you will go. Like if you're just trying to play with extremes and doing silly little voices, you're not trying. You're not focusing on sounding good. You're just like, let me like do voices. Let me go like. I'm just a poor boy from a poor family. It's got a mood. It's got a mood. Do the fandango. Don't know much with lightning. Very, very lightning. Mamma mia, mamma mia, la for me, for me, for me. Do you think you can knock me and do me? And just doing voices like that, almost like the Jack Black thing, but you're actually like a little more like trying to, oh baby, it's not gonna die out of here. You're perfect, yes, it's true. But without me, you are only you dance right it up. It can't be enough for two. The truth, the perfect, yes, it's true. That's what it is, the Faith No More song. You're perfect, yes, it's true. But it's like, you're perfect, yes, it's true. This kind of like, like a dog. You're perfect, yes, it's true. But without me, you are only you just, you're respirated on. It ain't bleeding enough for two. Yeah. Don't know, just something. Just a security, like buckets jingling. You're perfect, yes, it's true. But without me, you are like just doing the different voices and like just playing around with it and having fun. Oh my god, it's so much more fun. You feel so much more loose and free. I tried learning Wait and Bleed by Slipknot. Like, just like, I wouldn't know myself. How the hell did I get here? Everything is right plus for me. No, I don't know. It's a dream. Is it a dream or a memory? That fell in right something in. Kneel down and clear the stone of the race. I wonder where you can see. Inside the shell I wait till bleed. Just doing voices of like that's pretty Faith No More song. And trying not to hurt yourself, trying to make sure you feel good. What we do when the power's out? What we do when the lights go down? What we do when the power's out? What we do when the lights go down, 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 down? When the lights go down, 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 and the lights go. I think that's Trip Switch by Nobody But Thieves. I keep forgetting the friggin' sounds so security, that fucking security. But it's off the Blue album, the Swan, called Angel Dust by Faith No More. It's like should be their second or third best song. You're perfect, yes, it's true. But without me, you are only you. You're rest. if you're doing voices like that, your self-esteem, your ego, ego, I hate this. It's such a charged word. Maybe hate's also a charged word, but like your self-esteem, your self-perception is attached to it. When you say, I'm gonna be like, I'm just joking around and doing a freaking dog, like, I push my fingers into my eyes. It's the only thing that slowly stops me. But it's painful. The things I take. Jesus in hell roads. It works its way inside. See, like I'm all sorts of like sharp and flat. And there's all sorts of things in there I need to tweak up if I want it to be like perfect and good and to work on it. But like just get me out of my head and like having fun. So I'm not into like, oh my god, do I sound like a freaking pencil like daffodil? Oh my god! Like you don't want to be in that mode. So if you want to get out of that mode, if you want to get out of that mode, you want to get into a different headspace. Strangers in the night, exchanging rubbers. Mine is just too tight. Let's try another. Just another glance away, exchanging in the pants away. I was listening for the Snatch. I was like, strangers in the night, exchanging glances, lovers at first sight. Love romances. Love is just a glance away, or embracing dance away. Every night. Only forever, forever. Something like it's just something like that. I forget. I haven't listened to it in a while. But it's going to be big from the Sinatra phase. You know, classic white boy shit. You know, actually, I'm the black man, but I'm the white boy. You know, you feel me? Your heart, your cool been vetting me in the laboratory. Your heart, no, but yeah, no, say, ma, it's so what I do. But it's like you're doing the accent. You know, do that thing. No, if you're doing accents and stuff, and you're just like joking around and just like doing things, voicing. Oh, it's like you're kind of freaking there. It's not what you did. It's like when I went to Scotland office and my relatives are like, hey, you kind of me. And I'm like, what? They're like, you cannot throw your grandmother from a bus. Once again, you cannot throw your grandmother from a bus. Turns into canny throw your granny from a boots. Turns into, oh, you canny throw your granny from a boots. Hey, can I go down from these? Hey, can I go down from these? Hey, what's this walking around? It's like that. And then where it's like when you're doing Jordan Peterson or you're doing Kermit the Frog, and it's like, really, am I doing Kermit? Oh, am I doing Kermit? Oh, Kermit. Oh, Kermit. It's like that is the zone to be in. You're bound to get through. Only down me. Like that's the headspace to be in. I recommend what we do when the power's out, what we do when the lights go down. That's like 2, and then 1 is yawning and focusing on articulation. I'm focusing on articulating. I'm focusing on articulating. Because I find that your body tends to autofill enough of the basic things. That gets you out of the psychological being worked up of that. How do I sound when I'm singing? And then if you actually want to work on getting the right notes or something, now you actually have the foundation to work on that. You actually now feel comfortable that you're now actually not thinking about, oh my God, what do I sound like? My voice. I sound like such a little guy. But now you can go, because I don't want to hear your bloody excuses. I always say you can't put your claim for proof less. I just keep to mistake because I sing that bullshit. Don't tell me, don't tell me, don't tell me, don't tell me. All the hard work and do that your face pretty says. I can get back to home with the lack of yourselves. All I want to keep and this. I just Keep it to me, take it, don't take it out, yeah. Don't tell me, don't tell me, don't tell me, don't tell me. I don't want to seat you on your throne. You said. I know, you're like Connor. You stopped talking forever ago. No, but that's the whole point, is like, they say in acting, oh, for rock and roll, it's all about expression, and then you play with where your voice can work, and focus more on the words and the songwriting, and less on, can I be a good technical singer, can I be a good technical guitar player? Just focus on keeping the catchiness, the energy, and playing to your strengths, right? Rock is fundamentally about energy and catchiness, which is like songwriting, so to speak. And so if you can play to your strengths to have the best catchiness, whether that's doing voices, whether that's having memorable lyrics, whether, you know, any of these different variables you can play with. And same with energy, right? Whether it's variety or cracking my back, gotta go to the gym, gotta hop on the treadmill, gotta get ready for bed. But those things, those are like your switches you can actually play with. And so if you warm yourself up and get yourself in the right headspace, now you can actually come to the dance, right? Now you're actually working on, now you're able to start working, like, you know, fun example, I did musical theater in high school, right? And so the very first thing is you learn your lines. Until you have the entire script memorized, and it's muscle memory, now you're able to start working on the play. And same with playing a song live. Once your body muscle memories all the guitar parts and you know all the lyrics and it just happens, you're not even thinking about it, it just happens. Now you can learn about performance. Now you can work on performing and playing, because you're not learning an instrument, you're not thinking about the lyrics, you're just thinking about the emotion and getting the emotion out and getting it across and getting it through. And not articulating all of the syllables, you're not thinking about that as much. Like right now, these first couple of videos back, I'm really focusing on articulation, you know, gesticulations, hands, and how you're manipulating the things. But articulation is how I'm enunciating each of the syllables and supporting with my diaphragm, my diaphragmatic. And I'm going to get a little bit of a flex to go, ah, for a thumbnail. Let's do that one more time. Now that we got a thumbnail, oh my god, that cleared up my nostril. Anyways, the whole point being, don't take it too seriously. The yawning. And then I put together a playlist of songs where the yawning and focusing on articulation and read the lyrics while you're doing it. And you could also do voices, put together that playlist and work on that. Ooh, burp. Clearly I haven't done that in a while, because I haven't been working on singing in a while, because the limiting factor to my band is not that I can't get good recordings. We can't put on a good live show so no one comes. And that's because no one has a reason to care. No, have we been... Did I move from San Diego to Austin, Texas, and not play any gigs here? Right? Yes, of course. Do I not have a lineup put together? Yes, of course, right? Other limiting factor, right? But I can do marketing on the internet, talk to people, yada, 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 build things up, build up the listener base, build up the actual fan base, and then it makes sense to go do a show and get a lineup rehearsed and ready to perform. So anyways, thanks for watching. If you like any of these ideas, you don't like any of these ideas, I don't know, get in the comments, tell me about it. Like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. I appreciate it. And yeah, what was I saying? Oh, main thing, make yourself a playlist, listen to it, do that, and then second thing is record yourself. For the playlist, you want songs you can focus on yawning and articulating your voice, and then doing voices is the second thing. And then the second thing you want to do is record yourself and start listening back to the recording of your voice. Once again, I was rudely awakened to this reality after looking back at the first couple of videos I recorded, since not recording some videos in the last 3 months. The last videos I recorded were in February, now it's end of May, turning into June, and I'm recording some more videos, so I was rudely awakened to this reality. Anyways, I'll catch you in the next one.